So what's the truth about investing and getting rich and making money and having financial freedom? What are the keys that unlock the door to having money coming into your account, whether you work or not, to feel that you have more money than you have problems or worries or debts? And for whatever being rich is to you or being wealthy is to you, what is that? And how does that look? And how do you get there? Well, I'm doing this recording to share with you from the experience of someone who has invested in many properties and done a lot of business and a lot of investing and has made money, has lost money, has built money up again. And even right now, as I speak in this time, 2021, I'm building a whole new company and business. And the fundamentals of what I find myself applying again, that I know work from previous experience, it's like they never change. And I'm not saying any of this to show off and know that and share that I have all the answers, because I know there's a lot of people that have a lot more money than me at this point, or have riches and wealth, whatever it is to them. But good luck to them. I know what I want, I know where I'm going, and I know how to get there. And my goal with sharing this recording with you is to share with you some very important fundamental things that I know work to have someone become rich and wealthy. And why do I know that specifically? I didn't have to work once upon a time. I had more money coming into my bank account every month than was going out. That was, to me, financial freedom and independence. I didn't have to work. If I wanted to work, I could, but I didn't need to. If I didn't get out of bed, nothing changed. The money kept flowing in. Now, how I got to that point, and then at one point how I lost it, and then how I've gone about rebuilding it again, is what I want to share with you in this recording if you'd like to know. So let's start off with what I see, and having just spoken to a friend of mine, which has motivated me to do this recording, the paths that I have been down myself and the paths that I see people go down in the hope that it will help them build financial freedom or make more money or get rich. And what I see people doing that doesn't work. And then I'll share with you what does work. And it goes like this. If we had let's say we wanted to go to Perth. We wanted to drive. If anyone's listening to this overseas and you don't know Perth, Perth is on the other side of Australia. And so if we wanted to go to Perth and someone said, buy this vehicle and drive to Perth. But if you didn't have a map, you had no real skills in driving the vehicle, and you weren't even really sure whether Perth was the place that you really wanted to go, you might buy the vehicle and you might figure out how to get there, but it's the plan and the decision and the process to decide, is this where I want to go, and do I want to go to Perth, and how do I get there in the most efficient manner? Because what a lot of people do, and I've done it myself, is they go and buy, or they've sold into the vehicle and they don't even know how to drive it, and they don't even know where they're driving it to. So coming back to why I'm doing this video as an example, a friend of mine and I were chatting. Now, she is motivated to want to, as she says, make more money so she has more financial freedom and doesn't have to go to some job where she drives an hour, makes $25 an hour, only works for 3 hours and has to come home, so she can have more wealth and a better life. And if you know anything about this topic, you can already hear what's going wrong for this friend, or the things that she needs to adjust and change so she can get to where she wants to go. So let's look at what it really takes. And I'm going to be straight with you. I believe that we are master manifestors, and we can be, do, and have and create anything pretty much that we want if we really decide what it is that we want. So the first thing is, and what I see most not doing, are these steps, but they still hope that they're going to get to Perth, right? So they go and buy a trading course to trade the stock market, which is what I call the vehicle. So they're either sold into this vehicle that they're told that it will start off with making them a little bit, but as they learn to drive the vehicle better, they will get to the destination, which is really about step 6 in about an 8-step journey. There are some things that need to happen before that if you truly want to improve your financial situation, if you truly want to improve your life, because money and wealth and riches, for whatever it is to you, whether you want to make $50,000 a year but you spend 40 and you save 10, which is what is learning to be wealthy is about, or whether it's 50 million, it's relative to you. But this is where the good work starts. It's working firstly on, number 1, our mindset. And the mindset, the money mastery mindset that I like to call it, or the master manifestor mindset, is getting that focused on, and that it's getting the work done on the mindset. My friend, if you heard her, if I can just make an extra $200. Now, does that come from a place of lack or abundance? It comes from a place of lack, right? Now, I know this girl. She is smart and capable. She's got a university degree. She is wonderful in communication and sales and business development. And here she is looking at possibly enrolling and buying a vehicle, which is a share trading program. And there's nothing wrong with a share trading program if it's in line with what you decide that you want, and it's going to be the vehicle that gets you there. I invest in shares. I trade shares. I have my own self-managed super fund. I did over 16% last year, but it is not my primary life source as on my journey to becoming wealthy. It's part of my plan, right? And I also don't, and am not the type of personality that wants to sit and trade the markets every day, not even for an hour. It's not who I am. And so we need to look at all these elements. But I'm going to bring simplicity to this. So the first thing is for you, for whatever getting rich and wealthy is to you, if you want to get on a better path, improve your life, these are the steps you follow. The first thing is mindset, okay? So I'll give an example as you just got. And now from our conversation, we had a chat, and really what we came down to is she's afraid to step into her true worth and power. And as I know from experience, it's cash flow that ultimately builds wealth, and it's learning how to bring the extraordinary to the ordinary. So if you're listening to this and you're in a job that you hate but you get paid, is it the job, is it the people, or is it your attitude? Because I know someone and they were scrubbing and cleaning building sites and they were on 25 an hour. Now, their mindset was, I'm doing this to make money while I'm studying and building another business, and how can I enjoy and utilize this time to the best of my advantage? So what this person did, they had fun, they joked around, they made light of what was hard work, but they were studying, they were listening to their programs on their headphones. They were utilizing the time to up their brain and their mindset in that time. So what is it that you can do to shift your mindset from, oh, it's everything else and it's the world and it's the economy and it's this and that, to what can I think about that's going to have me turn this lemon into lemonade? What is it that I can do today to be of more value, to lighten up, to take full responsibility? Now, this thinking takes courage. This is the thinking of warriors, not worriers. It's easy to worry. It's harder to be a warrior, right? But to be a warrior ends up being so much easier, because what I find is every dragon and dog, barking dog that we look at face head on, the dog's got no teeth and the dragon's got no real flames in its mouth. It's all our fear within us. Are we worthy enough? Do we deserve it? This happened to me, or I'm in this relationship and I can't. I'm not saying this is easy, but if you can dig deep, The first thing to getting wealthy and improving your life is getting courageous and deciding what it is that you want to do, where you want to go, and if it's money, how much you want to make. I know how much money I want to make. I don't know all the ways exactly yet, but I've got a fair idea because I decided and I mapped it out. So the next thing is the mindset and the goal. What is it that you want as a goal to get wealthy? Is it $100,000, $200,000, whatever it is to you? You've got to have the mindset and keep working the mindset. The mindset, the master manifester, magical mindset is a daily exercise like showering, because our brain is naturally conditioned to go to the what if, the fear. It's designed to protect us. So for us to keep our mind in a place of possibility, courage, optimism, hope. This is not easy to do, but I tell you, it's a much nicer way to live life when you're happy, because what happens is good comes from good. More good comes from good. Yeah? In the words of Esther Hicks, if you can find the little bits of good in your life and focus on them, keep focusing on them, keep focusing on the good that you're doing, the good that you've done today, the wins that you've had, the people around you, you get more good, but it's a daily practice. The next thing is, as I said, the goal. What is the goal? The goal is, what is the finance? This is the fresh model that I use. And if you want a copy of this, I can send you a table, let me know, and I'll get it to you. Finances, relationships, enterprise or employment, spirit, and health. Fresh. I am not saying this to show off, but every time I don't work on my goals, life just kind of seems to end off all over the place. Every time I get acquainted with my goals and I tweak them and I review them and I tick them off and I refine them, life just seems to get better. When we're playing sport, what are we focused on? We're focused on the scoreboard. Again, this means at times, not all the time, but there is a time for play and there's a time for discipline. And the time for discipline is to focus on the goals. If you want a better life. If you don't and you're happy or you're comfortably uncomfortable, your choice. But this stuff works if you work it, okay? So, quick example, finance goals for my friend. I will make $100,000 or more by the 1st of December 2022, and I'm saving 20% of my income to put towards my future wealth building plans. Now that's a goal. That's a goal, right? I am going to focus on building my skills and abilities to become a better communicator so I can improve my sales and conversion and communication skills so I can grow my business and help more people and be paid accordingly for the products and services that I represent to achieve my money goals, which is X amount of dollars. Yeah, that's the next thing. The next thing is the plan. The plan is, what are the little daily actions or the big daily actions that you take to keep moving towards your goal? Now, some days are a little, some days are a lot, but we need to have a plan if we want to go from somewhere to the next place. Again, we've got to cuddle all of this with wanting to love discipline. In the words of James E. Rohn, if you're going to get excited about anything, get excited about discipline. And as he also says, which has stuck with me for a while now, if we do the things we're meant to do if we do the things we're meant to do when we're meant to do them, we can do the things we want to do when we want to do them. Yeah? So there is a time where you have to do the uncomfortable. There's a time where you can relax, but if you relax all the time, it's a surefire path to disaster. So with the mindset, the goal, the plan, part of the plan is this. Way before we get to the vehicle of the shares, if you're going to buy a share trading program or considering to buy an investment property or a business, and you don't know how much money's going in and coming out, or you're spending more, you don't know those figures, way before you do any of that, if you truly want to get this, you've got to know your numbers. Yeah? If you're making $1,000 a month and spending $800, you're becoming wealthy. If you're making $10,000 a month and spending $8,000, you're becoming wealthy. If you're spending $12,000 and making 10, you're heading for disaster, or you're probably already in disaster. Now, is this easy? No, but I'm giving you the truth, right? If you want a vehicle like shares or property or business or a direct selling business, way before that, you've got to know how to drive the vehicle. And it's the same for all vehicles, right? You've got to know where to put the petrol in, how to drive it, how to get it from here to there. And part of knowing how to do that is the budget. Yes, beautiful, lovely budget. Yep, sitting down, knowing what's coming in and going out. Because how we manage $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, $1 million is all the same. There might be some more moving parts in between, but you sit down with any business that gets it, large or small, they want to know how much came in, how much went out, what was the difference, and what are we doing to impact that? What are we doing to impact more coming in and less going out, right? If you want to become rich and wealthy, yeah? The next thing is mindset, goals, plan, which includes our budget, the vehicle. Now, most people think, I'm in this job, I hate it, I'll go learn how to trade shares and that's going to save me, or I'll buy an investment property and that's going to save me. And I'll tell you what's going to save you or kill you. It's going to be you and our mindset, right? Because I know people, as I shared, that are in jobs and they hate it. And I know other people in the exact same company and jobs and they love it. So is it the job or is it the person? Because I believe that there's gold all around us. There's gold in our relationships, there's gold in opportunity, there's gold in new ideas and ways to help more people and make more money. But you know why I believe that? Because I decided to. And guess what? As part of my mindset to decide that, as I do that, my business seems to get better. I attract more of the people that I want to work with, clients that I want to be able to help. It's a mindset and attitude. And the vehicle, if it's going to be shares, property, business, MLM, online, whatever it is, do it. But is it going to be the vehicle that's going to get you to your destination? If you're wanting to become a multi-millionaire and you want to have hundreds of thousands of dollars coming into your account, and you've decided the vehicle to get you there is shares, have you got a budget? Do you know how much money is coming in? Is your mindset clear and on to know that that's the vehicle that you're going to do and use? Or have you got some things to clean up first? Because these points that we're bringing up, you go build a building on a really rocky foundation, it's going to fall down, right? So the mindset, these are the foundations and the goals and the plan and the discipline and the budget. Actually, the discipline is, I feel, in the mindset. It's a part of mindset. So let's put discipline and focus and optimism and drive and belief and courage to keep going. And what we say to ourselves to do that is our mindset and our goals and our plans and our budgeting. These are the foundations. And then the vehicle. The vehicle is the job that we want to get better at to increase our money and save money. A job is not to go buy another car or boat. If you want to become wealthy, if you want to be an employee and you want to own a home and or not, you want a mortgage, you want the kids and put a little away in super, you can do that. And some people are very wealthy from jobs that make big money. But I'll tell you, I bet the people, if they are listening to this or it's you or you know them, they worked to turn their job into the vehicle. They worked to become better at it, to get better options agreements and terms, and they made that into their vehicle, right? And I'm sure someone doesn't just wander around and that makes them CEO, right? There was a decision. Wherever we're at, we're there because we decided to be there, consciously or unconsciously. Okay, so let's move on. I'm sure you're getting the point. I hope you're finding this helpful. And I do want to wrap an addendum around this as I have a little break here quickly. I want to say that all of these things, while they're simple, they're not easy. And this takes time, and Rome wasn't built in a day. And if you somehow came here on the quest to want to improve your life, build more wealth, become better, what I would say is be kind to yourself. Be loving to yourself. Whatever's happened in the past has happened. Those that may have wronged you, or you felt that they wronged you, they did their best. But you have a choice from today to decide how you want to feel, the course of the life, how you want to direct the course of your life. And you can, I know you can. I follow Nick Vujicic, no arms, no legs. What a man, right? Decided he wanted to get married and have kids and have a beautiful wife. A man who many would think, how is that possible? And guess what? He did. That is a warrior. If he can do that, what's your excuse, right? What's my excuse? So wrapped around this must be a constant sense of love and belief to keep going. Because I believe on this journey, becoming wealthy, sure, it's nice to have the money, but it's who we become to reach the destination, which is the next 2 points, and then I'll wrap it up. Then we've got to drive the vehicle. Okay, if we're going to get to our destination, we're going to drive to the vehicle. Now, I'm going to share a story with you about me and a vehicle that I recently drove, and I'm not saying this to brag or make this about me. I just want to share it as an example, as a story, as to what I did, and I'm pleased to say I reached my destination. But the destination is now allowing me to go to the next destination. And this is what happened. I bought an investment property once upon a time back in 2006. I sat on it for a long time. It's been a challenge mostly. It's been okay, and if I kept it longer, I'm sure I would do well, and even now I would do well. I sold it, which is where I'm going with this story, but it's been a challenge. But having ridden through the highs and lows, what I decided last year was, in my mindset, it was time for me to grow the Results Investment Group business, which is the business that I run, where we, in one place, help people with their finance needs to buy property, business, cars. We help advise them on how to find property, sell property, businesses, assets. We provide coaching and training like this around money mindset, about really upping the skills and beliefs around money and what people are capable of doing, and providing all of that, and the loans and the properties and the businesses that we help people buy and sell are their vehicles. So it would make sense that I would want to have education wrapped around it. So my goal was to be able to grow this business and have more working capital. And here I had this asset sitting there, which to me had the money sitting in it to help me go on my journey to my destination, which is to grow my business, employ my team, help my clients as per the plan and vision that I have. So I knew my goal. I built my plan, which was I needed to sell this property. Now, this property had some things that were against it. It had a caveat on it for a number of reasons that I won't go into here. Very, very challenging story around that. I had shied away from the asset for a long time, but I could see, and I had it tenanted, people were renting it, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna face the dragon in the face. I'm gonna get this property prepped up, looking so beautiful as best as I could, and I'm gonna sell it to beautiful people. They get a new home or investment, and I get to move on and grow my business and move forward with my goals and dreams. So I did. I faced it. And I was working during the day, and I went in there and I would renovate it, and my tenants that were there that moved out had left it in a terrible state. Oh my God. But you know what? I take responsibility. I was managing it. I wasn't inspecting it as consistently as I could have. So you know what? I just sucked that up and I said, it's my fault. I take responsibility. But you know what? They paid the rent. It helped me at the time, and everything's perspective, I believe. So now I kept the bond because they kind of did a runner, and I used the bond to help me renovate the property. And so I got in there, and I don't at the time have a huge amount of surplus money. So I renovated and cleaned it up as best as I could. And I asked the universe, please show me and help me how to sell this property the best possible way I can at this figure, at this amount. I decided on my goal of the amount that I would be really pleased with that I got from the buyers who buy this property. So I attracted in a wonderful agent, and I did a video on this on my YouTube channel, and I'll upload it here. But Renee Morgan from Renee Morgan Realty is a friend of mine, and you know, when you ask the question, you get the answer. So be careful the questions you ask good ones. And I called Renee because I was asking myself, okay, who can I get to help me do this and help me do that? And I thought, Renee, maybe she might have some clients interested. Cut a long story short, I gave her the property to list and manage because I was already too busy. I was too emotionally attached to it, and she took it over. And the good news is I drove the vehicle by cleaning it up and getting the plan together and getting it to the place that I knew was beautiful. And she helped me get it to the destination. We found wonderful buyers, and I was very pleased with what I got, which was way over and above what I had set as a goal, which is a wonderful reward. And that's nice. That's a really nice outcome. But if I go back through and I look, I am respectfully and proudly saying I followed my own advice. I kept focused, my mindset, I can do this. I got the matters cleaned up so the property could be sold. I spoke to the banks, I spoke to the lawyers. I did the work to drive the vehicle to get it to where I wanted to go. And it was a great outcome. Now, high five, Trevor. So what I'm saying is, look, if I can do this, anyone can do this. And if I can come from a place where, you know, I started just with, you know, normal mum and dad, but I decided somehow, some way, it came to me that I wanted to have a richer, wealthy, financially free life. And now I've set some goals that are really challenging me. And what I find now is, because of my goals, I'm evolving and changing in what I'm doing and where I'm spending my time. So coming back to the topic, how to get rich and wealthy, where do you start? What do you do? What you don't do? Firstly, don't go buying a vehicle if you don't even know where you want to go and why you're doing it, and you haven't got the basics in place. If you go buy a vehicle and you don't have a budget, you got to go do a budget. If you're going to go buy a vehicle and you haven't got a very positive mindset about yourself and your life and your future, you got to work on your mindset. None of the vehicles will ever help any of us if our mindset's off and we don't have the basic fundamentals. Now, the people that sell these programs very often, well, they work hard, and I respect them, and I have worked for companies, and I've been involved, and I run training programs, and I've done different things. They work hard. I take my hat off to them. And they're also in the business of selling their products and services, right? So I'm just saying the vehicle could be right, but make sure that if you really want to become wealthy and rich and build a better life and understand how investing really works, please focus on these areas. Get your mindset working better. Listen to good things about improving your beliefs around what you can do, how you can do it, and it is possible. And you can manifest anything if you believe you can. That's for another audio, which I can share some mind-blowing things when we really tap into the power of our ability to manifest. The goal, the target, why do you want to invest? Why do you want to get rich? What is getting rich to you? At one point for me, getting rich was to have $120,000 income per annum coming into my bank account, whether I worked or not. That was for me getting rich. What is it for you? Decide on the goal and don't even know how. That's the courageous part. Then start to work on the plan a little bit. How would I do that? What would I do? Is it shares? Do I need to go and improve my ability at work to make more money and get a budget together so I can save more money, invest? And the discipline to keep going. And then the vehicles. Property's great, shares are great, businesses are great. I actually, if I reflect on it right now, I'm doing all of them, but they all play a part. My business is my income. My shares is my longer term asset building. My property is a combination of income and asset building. What is it for you? And then we've got to drive it. You've got to keep your eyes on your fries. The reason why super funds and managed funds only make a small percent, and this is for a whole other recording, it's called the time for money formula. The reason you make 3, 4, 5, 6 figures in your job is because you spend a lot of time there. The things that we don't spend much time on only give us a small return. So if you want to become a better investor and make more money, it's where you spend your time that you will get more money. You think about that. You don't spend any time on the fund managers, with the fund managers helping invest your shares. So it would make sense that you would be getting a return probably below 10%, in the 2, 3, 5, 7%. People are excited about 5 to 7% because they think that's a great return, but they also don't put any time and energy other than picking the managed fund that they're going to put their money in, right? So the more time and focus that you put into something, the higher the return. The less time and focus you put into it, the less return. Okay? Now, you want to get a better return, you've got to drive it. I've got friends that are full-time traders. They drive it. They know it. They're so good at it now, they work a couple of hours a day, not even that actually, and make great money, but they learnt how to drive. But they got their mindset right, they got their goals right, they got their plan right, they got their discipline and budget right, they got all those things right. Okay, right? So I'm here. I believe in you, whoever you are, wherever you're from. Focus on the mindset, the goals, the plan, the budget, pick the vehicle, drive it and keep going. Don't let anyone stop you. Decide what you want. Keep going. You can become rich. You can become wealthy. You can become a great investor if you decide to and figure out what that is for you. Thank you for listening. My name's Trevor Russell. If you want any help, go to resultsinvestmentgroup.com. There's training and education there. If you do want to buy a vehicle, i.e. a property, a business, you need help to get all the structuring in place, figure out your plan, contact us. Be a pleasure to have a chat and see if and how we can help you. And even if we can't, give you some direction on what you can do to get things in place so when you are ready, you can do it. Okay? Enjoy your life. We only get one. I'm pretty sure we only get one, but I'm starting to find out maybe we don't. Today is the gift. Dig for courage, dig for focus, dig for discipline, dig for more fun, dig for forgiveness, dig for self-love. It makes life so much more fun and enjoyable. Sending love to you. Stay safe. Trevor Russell out. I will speak to you very soon. Hasta luego.